All right, guys, we're here with Tuomas from Nightwish, man. How you doing?
I've been better.
Yeah. Tell us how Annette's doing.
She's quite bad, actually. I've never seen her so down, like both physically and mentally. And at the moment, she's on a plane back to Sweden to go to the hospital there and take care of herself. It's kind of like you cannot compete with the forces of nature.
Right.
These things just happen. She's really seriously ill, and just had to cancel the 4 last shows now. That was the only way to do it.
Is it something that, I mean, is she going to be okay?
Yeah, she definitely will be okay. I think it's like, it's been such a heavy touring schedule for the past year, and there has been a lot of this severe flu going on.
Right.
That's what I heard. And it just came out of nowhere, and her voice was totally gone. She couldn't even talk. Not to say sing, so this was the only way to do it. We tried to drug her the best we can, but she just couldn't get better, so that's why we decided that better to just let it go.
Yeah. Well, one thing that we thought was really cool, even though she's having a rough time, it's really cool that you guys decided to stick around and hang out with the fans and sign autographs, so we appreciate you taking the time to do this for us. It's really cool. With Dark Passion Play being Annette's first album, how has this album, have you seen a new generation of fans, more fans come from this album since she's been added on?
Yeah, I've seen some. I mean, there's a lot of the old people as well, which is really cool to notice that people haven't abandoned us. Naturally, there are the die-hard Tarja fans who will never never even piss at our direction anymore. But we have gained a lot of new fans too. So, and it seems like Dark Passion Play is becoming our best-selling album so far.
Well, it's a great album.
Thank you, sir. And we have also been able to tour more places than before, so things are really good.
Okay. Now, we noticed that a lot of the albums have been re-released. It's coming up on your anniversary, right? It's an anniversary as a band?
Yeah, it was like 10 years anniversary of the band or something like this. That was the record company's idea. And, they're coming up with new releases all the time. Special editions, limited editions, rarities, all this kind of crap. And, I have really mixed feelings about those because, in a way, I understand the record labels totally. Their job is to make money, to make the band bigger, sell a lot of albums, but I also understand that the fans are annoyed. I'm a bit annoyed myself. So, but I guess that's just like contemporary record business, how it goes.
Right.
Even I cannot keep track with the releases anymore, They don't even ask us anymore. So sometimes I go to the store and see a new Nightwish album or limited edition or something like this. What the hell is that? Never seen that before. I guess it's how it goes. I don't know.
Now, since you guys have been doing this as a band, how have you felt with the way the industry has changed since you started? Do you think it's gotten better, or do you think it has gotten worse over the years since you guys have started as a band, the industry as a whole?
It's remained pretty much the same. I don't know. I can just speak for ourselves, but we are really lucky in a way that we have always had the last word in everything. We have never had any pressure from any record labels. We have always done things without any hotshot producers or anything like that. So we have always been able to, do everything the way we want to do. But about the change of the record business and everything, I couldn't really say anything. One funny thing is, of course, internet and YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing you can do anymore that it's going to be on the next day in the internet.
Right.
And that's kind of a scary thought. And also you have to be extremely careful with the release of the new album so it doesn't leak into the internet. Right. Because you kind of want to keep the mystery of the album to the release date. But during these days it's becoming really hard.
Does that something, when you guys are recording an album, is that something that worries you ahead of time? Like when you guys are in the middle of the album, do you worry about how are we going to keep this from getting out?
Yeah, a little bit, because like I said, you prepare a piece of work. You prepare an album with the covers, with the songs, everything, and you kind of want to keep it a mystery until the release date. You want to, present it to the fans as a whole. Here it is. But during these days, you get samples weeks ahead. You give a promo copy to some of the critics, and somebody puts it on the internet, and then the whole thing is there weeks before the release. It kind of takes the magic out of the whole thing, and that's the thing that really bothers me the most.
With End of an Era, the DVD was a phenomenal DVD. I watched that thing all the time. It was a great DVD. With this, with Dark Passion Play, do you have any plans for this tour to release a DVD with that as a concert?
We had some talks about it, but decided that there's not going to be a DVD from this album. We just felt that End of an Era, it was released in 2006, so it's only 2 years ago. And coming up with a live DVD, you need some more time in between. And we felt that we need another album with Annette before we can do that. And End of an Era was a really, really good one. So, yeah. And we have been thinking about doing this big concert with an orchestra and choir and all this kind of stuff. So I think we will wait for that before coming up with a new DVD. Will that be in America or Finland? I think it's not going to be in America and not in Finland. We actually had some plans of doing it in London already a couple of years ago. Okay. But there was just like mix up between the budget and time schedule and everything. But I promise you it will happen someday. It's kind of like the next step that this band has to make, and we really want to do that. But it's going to take a while. Like I said, we need to put up another album with Annette first. Okay. Well, I remember the last time, I think it was when you guys, right before this album came out, one of the places that I always see a lot of bands in Springfield, Virginia, you guys sold out 6 months in advance before you even came over here. So are you seeing, in America, are you seeing your fan base grow more and more each time that you're putting albums out, or the fans more rabid over here than they are in Finland? How's the difference between your loyal Finnish fans and the loyal American fans over here? Is there differences? I can't really see the difference, because when it comes to metal fans, they're pretty much the same all over the world. I mean, I get this question asked a lot, and I always give the same answer. They're the same everywhere. I mean, the same passion and loyalty is always there. Maybe there's a difference, like the more south you go on this planet, the crazier it gets, like South America, Southern Europe. That's what I was going to say. I saw in the End of an Era, I think it was, I can't remember if it was Mexico or Chile or somewhere you went, they were just like crazy for you guys over there. Yeah, it's a bit more wild there. But still, like, whether you play in US or Finland, Germany, Australia, the same passion is always there. Yeah. Okay.